The boys still got it.
Scores lads.
I'm here with the Cody.
On water.
He was leaving little hoof prints all over the place out there today. This guy just rode phenomenal all day. It was a pleasure to watch. Cody, how did it go?
Man, I had a fantastic day, to be honest. It was just a ton of fun. Like, the conditions have never been better here. The rain last night, rain on the starting line, like, it was awesome. And then I think it brought the race way tighter because there was only, no dust, right? So the top four of us were all battling it out. Sorry, we got loud noise. We'll take a quick hiatus. So yeah, like, the conditions were so good, there was no dust, right? So we were all battling together, like, the whole race, and finally we got away from Will. Will was riding really good. Cooper was there for a bit, Haker, and it kind of turned into like a three-man pack. It was a wolf pack of me, Tristan, and Ryder, and man, the gap was never bigger than 5 seconds the whole time. And my whole game plan was I figured I wasn't going to pit for that last lap because it was about the same mileage as yesterday, and I was like, I can make it. I'll make it work. I still had some gas left. I didn't pit yesterday, so I really wanted to be leading into dead flow, which I was on that second lap, and I had a little bit of a gap, and then I saw you. I wasn't on like track, and I was confused. I thought maybe there was like a goat path. That's Ryder caught back up to me on the way to the finish.
Oh, are you talking about on that side hill?
Yeah, on the side hill. I'm like, this has to be the only way.
At the end of the second lap.
Yeah.
And that sucked because you had a lead.
Yeah, that was
you worked hard for, too.
I just earned it, and I gave it away, so I was mad at myself. And I was just trying, like, I'm in the lead, and I didn't want to mess up the navigation, so that was my own doing. But came in.
It was off. Even on my track, if I knew that it was on that road, I would have told you, like, just stay on the road.
Just stay on the road.
But it looked like it was like 20 yards over or something.
Yeah, easily that.
Yeah, so whatever.
So then, we came all together for the last lap, and I came in and did the U-turn, and I just never looked back from there. I didn't know if they were pitting or not, and I just went for it, and it didn't look like there were any rush. I'm like, here's my chance. I got to hammer down. So I didn't even look back once until the very first segment on the third lap, and I got up. There was some pretty nice switchbacks.
Yeah.
That's when I looked down and I saw them both in there. I'm like, son of a, they're still there.
They're still there, dude.
So man, I just put the hammer down, went down Speckled Canyon. I've just taken so much risk, like
really going
pushing
for it?
hard. And then we went up dead blow. I pretty much nailed the whole thing. Didn't hardly lose any time. And I looked back, I didn't see anyone there. I'm like, okay. Got to the checkpoint, and we had the second edition on the third lap. And it was a little tricky to like get to the downhill there.
Yeah, because it's like
it was kind of hard, but there was like some kind of tracks there. And then once I got on the downhill, you're pretty much stuck in a slot canyon. So. Felt pretty good through there. There was a sweet sand dune. I was worried about running out of gas, so I didn't pin it too hard because I didn't know how much gas I had left through that. And then as soon as I got up out of there, I knew I had it in the bag. I just had to get through. And Sledgehammer, we've done that before. Cruised down that, and then just some sand dunes and a little bit to the finish, and celebrated a couple wheelies. But as soon as we got to that open desert after Sledgehammer, it was the same route all the way to the finish. I had goosebumps all the way to the end. Yeah, I knew it was there, and it's been a while, man, in the premiere stuff. So it was really a special day.
So happy to hear that, dude. I was so stoked for you. I think there's a lot of people that are stoked to see you, and just to break the robot winning streak, and just to see that not only do you still have it, but you definitely still have it. It seemed like the pace towards the beginning of the race was like fairly mellow, and then it just kept getting more and more and more and more and more. Like, you were going the fastest on the last lap, I feel like, by far. And then it's almost like you were just waiting for an opportunity to break out, because if you can get far enough ahead of those guys so they can't see you, then it's like game on. So it sounds like that pit was your opportunity to break out, and that's when you did. And those guys couldn't find you anymore. And then did you just save a little bit in the tank for that last lap, knowing that was going to be your chance? Or like, what was your strategy for that?
Yeah, I feel like the first lap was a high pace for, the top five, and then we kind of got split up a little bit, and it was top four. It was top six. We're going pretty good, and then downtown was honestly, I think, the hardest part of the whole race, really. That canyon never ended, and it was all the amateurs had to do it. Like, props to all them, because that was the worst part of the race, honestly. Pretty virgin canyon. So got out of that, and it kind of was just that lead four pack, and no one was in a huge rush to just put the hammer down. Like, I felt like we were charging hard, in the more difficult sections to try and get a break to get away, but
Yeah.
no one really got that breakaway. And it literally wasn't until that last lap not pitting, that was kind of my whole strategy. I was like, otherwise we're going to all sprint to the finish together, which is almost about what happened. But you know, I didn't ride as much this winter as I would have liked to. Still was on the bike, but you know, I've been really working hard on my fitness, and I feel like that was a key factor to me today. And mentally, throughout that race, obviously you're beat. You know, your third lap, these canyons are relentless. My forearms are fatigued, and I just told myself, I was like, fatigue is mental. I'm not tired. Like, fatigue is fully mental at this point, and you know, I had that win in my grasp, and I wasn't going to let it slide away.
Bro, such a savage day today. And I'm glad you didn't throw it away on the last 300 yards. Follow cam.
My knee breaks on the wall.
Dude, I saw that. And there was a couple before that too where you was like getting sideways and shit. I'm like,
Them weren't too bad.
just keep it together.
That one was bad.
Yeah. Good job, Cody. You're the fucking
Thanks,
man.
guys, yeah.
All right, I'm here with our second place finisher and 2023 champ, the robot, Tristan Hart. Still a phenomenal ride. First loss he's taken in 2 years in the Hard Enduro Series. Tristan, tell me about your day. How did it go?
Pretty good day. Probably the best U.S. Hard Enduro battle, I think, in history to date. Three-way battle for 2.5 hours. I mean, you can't ask for much more than that. That's pretty good for the spectators, and for me, Ryder, and Cody. It was pretty sick to battle for that long. So pretty good day. We got really lucky with some rain and made for epic conditions, because if it was dusty, that wouldn't have happened. We would have been bleeding out of our eyes or something. So it was actually a pretty good day. I'm not too upset. Cody rode good. It's the first time he's beat me, I think, in 3 years. So I mean, you got to throw the dog a bone once in a while, and he got the bone today. So congrats to Cody for riding good. He rode good all weekend. So yeah, good weekend and 2 months off, and we'll be at Page for one of my favorite of the year. So looking forward to that.
Throughout the day, it seemed like the pace just kept getting faster and faster and faster. And I was almost thinking there was going to be a certain point when Tristan was going to try and break away like he does in the last lap when GPS isn't as big of a deal. At what point did you realize, like, okay, this isn't going to go all the way to plan, and I'm going to have to do something crazy to get by Cody and all that? Like, what was your mindset with that?
So start from the beginning. I tried like maybe 2 or 3 times to break away on lap 1, and because of the conditions, it was just impossible. It wasn't going to happen. I learned really within 30 minutes. I knew it just wasn't going to happen today because of the conditions and how easy it was to follow. So I tried, and maybe a big part of it was because I'm not fully 100% yet, so I didn't quite have that pace and that same fight in me. But nonetheless, Cody was leading most of it, and I think he was slowing down. Like, we were going quite slow. Me and Cooper were just talking, and I think he was conserving energy. Being the old dog, he was saving all his energy for the last lap. So I kept trying to speed us up to try and tire everyone out. But yeah, he had a risky move in the end there to not gas, and I pushed as hard as I could on lap 3. I had some left in the tank, but he pushed really hard too, so I couldn't quite close the gap. It was like 30 seconds at the finish or something. So yeah, I tried really hard, but there was 2 new sections, I think, on lap 3, and one of them he actually made the trail for Upper Bender. Him and Taylor made it like 6 years ago, so he knew it quite well. So I think that might have helped him a little bit too. So yeah, I mean, Cody rode good. I can't take anything from him.
How are you gelling with that new KTM frame?
It's good, but still just learning because it just reacts differently. The frame it's stiffer, so it's good in some places, and in some places it's just different, I guess you could say. So still learning, and I definitely, I only rode it 3 times this week. So since September, I've only ridden the 2-strokes three times. So I mean, not a lot, no excuses from me. I'm looking forward to actually riding now before Page, and gonna have some fun with the boys, I think.
Tristan, you're the man. When you say that you were trying to push the pace to wear those guys out a little bit, were you trying to get out in front and pull the pace, or were you trying to push it from behind? Like, what are your thoughts there?
No, a couple times we were just going so slow. My grandma, I think, could have gone faster. So I made some passes, went into first, and I'd try and pull everyone with me. Like, I wasn't trying to leave them, but I was just trying to pick up the pace, raise everyone's heart rates a bit, and tire everyone out. But I just didn't quite have... it was like almost a bit of insecurity in myself. I'm like, geez, I don't know if I can actually start this early and finish strong in 2 hours from now. So I was not super sure of myself. So it was maybe only like 10 minutes I'd pick up the pace and then I'd just go back down because I was just like, I don't know if I'm really feeling. Kind of like in marathons, how sometimes a guy will pick it up. I was trying to do that, but didn't work out today. So that's all good though.
Well, Tristan, you're the man. You're a savage. Good job, and we'll see you in Page.
Thanks, boys.
I'm here with the goof. I'm here with the man, Ryder LeBlond. You know, Ryder, from what I saw a lot of improvement from you over last year, and you rode strong from what it looked like to me all day, and it looked like a great ride. Congrats on your third place. How did your day go?
Honestly, I was a little upset at first, but looking back, I'm kind of happy now. It was honestly a big day for me, just running with those guys the whole race, and I think it showed, it made me feel good about the hard work I put in this winter, so it was cool to be up there with them. And I know that Tristan was off the bike a little bit and maybe not 100% today, but it was still good to bridge that gap a little bit.
I know that your main goal is to go out there and win. So what did you learn from this race, the first race of the U.S. Hard Enduro Series, that you're going to take into the next round in Page and apply there?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing was just patience. I didn't have that big error that I usually have. Had a couple little ones here and there, which obviously cost me at the end, but those little ones are manageable. You know, I was in it the whole time, so I didn't have that big one where let them get away a couple of minutes and then couldn't see them. So saw them the whole race and was able to stick with them. And one of these days, they'll make a mistake, or I'll just have a better last lap and get them.
Any issues with the bike? How'd you gel with the bike? Quick thoughts on the bike and the body.
Dude, the bike's good. We're on the new bike, obviously, this year, and I'm a huge fan of it. Still messing with gearing a little bit, but that's just going to come with time, figuring out. But overall, bike's good. Body feels good. We're good to go the rest of the season.
Congrats on the third place. Savage ride, and can't wait to see you in Page.
Heck yeah, see you guys in Page.